Good afternoon, guys. Hey, let's get started. Like always, go follow me over out on Instagram at Austin04_C71. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button. Helps me out, helps grow the channel. There's more videos on the channel. I mean, there's a whole list of them nowadays. I get people messaging me, asking me a question I've already done a video on. There's so many on there I know are hard to find. So I try to send out the links, but browse around on there, might be something you're interested in. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so if you read the title, you know we're talking about how we're going to fit 35s on pretty much 99 through 07 Silverado Sierra. This will also pretty much go for the Tahoe and Suburban as well. To an extent, you know, their rear suspension is a little bit different, but it will be about the same with what we're talking about here today. So I'm going to go through, depending on what lift you've got, what you need to do, and depending on what offset you want to run, what you really need to do. So before I even get into it, because we're going to have a question here, what lift is on my truck? My truck has a 4-inch rough country lift, not the 6-inch, it's the 4-inch, but it still has the leveling keys in the front. I had a leveling kit prior to installing this kit. Those keys are still in the front, so I have the ability to go higher in the front than in the rear and higher than the regular 4-inch kit. So, and I am a little bit higher than a 4-inch kit to fit the 35s with the amount of offset I've got on here. I still got way more turn to go, but then you start stressing back out the axle, the CV axle angles and all that. We're not going there. But so that's what I've got here. So that answers questions I'm going to get in the comments. Probably still going to get questions in the comments about it, but whatever. The tires on here, 35 1250s common tire. They're just on a 22-inch rim. The offset on these rims is -51, so that pulls them out a good bit. Not to mention, when you do a full lift kit, the Chevy and GM wide front track is accelerated, bringing the tires out further. So that is not a spacer. There's not a single spacer on the front of this truck. That's how far out it goes with this offset. So that's going to play a factor in how you fit stuff. The rear has spacers to match the front, because of course the rear would be tucked in further than the front anyway. That's just how it is, like I mentioned. I'm sure there's videos on and around YouTube about that wider front track if you want to understand why. But that's not what this video is about. This is about what you got to do to make them fit. So if you were to buy this kit, the 4-inch kit, you would be, of course, fine in the rear. If you did a factory offset wheel, even with it being pushed out, you probably would have a whole lot less problems than I do. Now, if you look back in here, you see where it's trimmed, so you can go in there and look at yours and see how much further yours sticks down, but it's pretty much going to come down to about right here. And same thing over on the front. It's a little bit of trashy. I got just a little bit of this trim, not much. It comes down maybe right there. You see where it's actually hit a little bit there. And the bumper, so we got the middle bumper down. Not too much of the bumper, actually. It never has really been a problem. That's all I needed to do. So just a little bit up here, not much. The bumper, and you pretty much got to cut it all out back up in here, including the fender flare. You have to take some of the fender flare with it as well if you don't want to rub. I don't rub unless I go through a ditch and stuff like that. Regular day-to-day driving, bumps through the turns into the parking lot, doesn't have a problem. But if I go in and start flexing, then it still rubs. But day-to-day driving, that's going to fix the rubbing issue. You know, you can still see where, of course, like I said, it's hit a little bit where I've gone through ditches. But that's what it takes on this kit. Now, probably the majority of you that are watching this video have a leveling kit. And I did a video on it about fitting 12 watts on a leveling kit and 35s on a leveling kit. And the conclusion on both of those is remaining with not a lot of offset. Now 12 watts and 33s, Graham's truck, which that's a video on the channel, that one seems to be doing just fine. That was minor trimming, because like I said, we stayed on 33s. The offset didn't seem to affect it that much. But Michael's Tahoe has got the leveling kit on 35s, but those wheels are close to factory offset. And one thing people ask me, I get a ton of questions about it, can I fit 35s on this kit? Can I fit a leveling kit and all this? Well, there's more to this, more than just tires. You can't just look at the tires. The tires are on wheels. So if the wheels have got a ton of offset, you're going to have more problems than if it was a factory offset. So I try to get through to people that that's the most important thing. I can put a 33 on this truck, but if it's stupid offset, it's going to rub like hell. So offset, offset, offset. The wheel matters. The wheel width matters. Is it a 10 wide? Is it a 12 wide? Is it negative 44 offset? Is it negative 51 offset? Are you running spacers? You know, there's a lot to it. But my conclusion here, and we've come to the conclusion on the channel, you can run 35s on a leveling kit, just not with a bunch of offset. Keep it positive offset, and it'll tuck back into the wheel well, which I'll actually show you here. I wish I had Michael's Tahoe. I don't get the gimbal to spin around here. I'm still not used to this thing. When the wheel's sitting in here, let's say that the center of my tire right now would be where my hand is at. When the wheel was to go to turn, it would be tucked back up in there like it's supposed to, and you would avoid so much. You may could tuck the harness up a little bit and get out of your way, but you would not have the rubbing issue that I do, because when I turn my wheel, you see how further out it is past the fender. This part is coming in right against here. So, you know, that's the issue, is there's a lot more metal and plastic and everything right here. Oh, and forgot to mention, that's pretty important to say that, the metal back in here, there's a whole metal plate. You've got to cut that, tab it, knock it back up in here with a hammer, cut some of it. Probably should have definitely put that in the beginning of when I was talking about what all I had done here, because yeah, the metal is important. You do have to take some of the metal out, but the plastic is the big part. The metal, you could almost make them fit and not rub too bad with just taking a hammer to the metal and knocking it back. I kind of cut it and tabbed it a little bit to be safe, but doesn't seem to be that big of a problem. Leveling kit, guys, you know, the metal might be a little bit more of a thing if you run an offset. You know, if you're going to run a 10 wide, or I'm not even going to say a 12 wide to 35. Somebody's going to comment down below that they're running a 12 wide and a 35. That's great. I don't, you know, you're going to have maxed out keys and it's still going to rub like hell, but I don't think that's going to happen. But a 10 wide and a 35, definitely possible. It's just going to require more metal trimming, plastic trimming. So for the rest of the people, if you've stuck around through all my talking, 6-inch kit, way to go. If you run a 135s, get a 6-inch kit. I know it costs money. It's, you know, $1,000 for a lift kit, and if you're going to put it on yourself, you're going to pay somebody to do it. It's a lot of money, but you're going to spend money on 35s anyway. So if you want to run 35s, get a 6-inch kit. You're not going to have problems with it right there. It's 2 more inches than this truck sits, and with 2 more inches, there would be no problems running 35s. So there you go, guys. It will work on a leveling kit. It will work on a 4-inch kit. It'll definitely work on a 6-inch kit and anything above. Now, probably get some questions about body lift. I do not condone body lift. I don't think it's a good idea. I think a lot of your manufacturers and stuff are really starting to kind of shove away the whole body lift thing. It's gone with the times. People are still doing it, you know, an inch and a half of body, not bad, but doing anything more than that, that's not a good idea. It's not, you know. You can watch some of Custom Offsets videos where they say their body, nothing's ever good. Body lift's never good. So stay away from body lift. Maybe if you got a leveling kit, you're dying to run 12 wides and 35s, put a 1-inch body kit on it, and then maybe you'll be a whole lot better off than just with the suspension, but I'd steer away from it. So there you go, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Drop your questions down below. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of them here on this channel, on this video itself. Check out the other videos on the channel. Hit me up on Instagram, like I said in the beginning of the video, at Austin04_C71. I go through those DMs daily, several times a day now. So I try to stay up to date with those. I get a bunch, so it takes sometimes a day or two to get to yours. Comments, get so many now, sometimes they get kind of skipped over. If you make a comment sooner when I upload the video, I catch it, but as videos get older, a lot of times I miss it. I don't see it on my drop down feed and all that. So again, thank you guys for watching. Hope this video helped you out. Like I said, Hit me up with any questions you got that I didn't answer in this video. I'll do my best to answer. Like I said, DM is the way to go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Take care. Have a great day.